All right, guys, welcome to the Sweat Podcast, episode 15. Got a pretty packed show for you tonight. I'll try to make it as quick as possible, actually, because I want to get back to doing what I was doing. So, no, it is pool stuff. Been watching Shane trying to break this high run, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But we got a lot to get to here with the normal stuff. No guest tonight. Just going to run through all our business as usual things, and we'll get you out of here. But before we get into it, I'd like to thank Murray's Plumbing and Heating, 443-488-2152. Good work at a fair price. Thanks to Raymond Murray for sponsoring the podcast. He services about the Baltimore area, and he will be shortly expanding to Delaware sometime real soon as well. So thanks to him. You can also check out the merch store for The Sweat at merch.streamelements.com/The Sweat. So without further ado, we'll jump right into it with our local recap. Wednesday night, Delmarva Billiards and Sports Bar. Every week they have the 8-ball tournament there. Race to 2, $15 entry. Huge turnout this week. 29 players. Awesome stuff. They average about 20 players or so. They've had 25 a couple times, but it's a really fun tournament. This week's winners, Jeremy Mason, first place. I won. Second place, Juan Ortiz. Third place, Aaron Searing. Fourth place, Andrew Worcester. Fifth, sixth, DJ Eakin and Tim Sample. Congratulations to the winners there. Back at Delmarva Billiards and Sports Bar, Friday night 9-ball. Every week we have a handicap tournament there. I run that as well. Or I should say I run that. I don't run the Wednesday one. But 26 players this week. Champion Brandon Foster came back through the B-side. Steve Cahall Jr. won the hot seat match, finishes second. His brother, Jody Cahall, third place. Nice finish for him. And I'd like to point out, Jody Cahall, third place, Eric Thomas, fourth place. That's actually two of the highest finishes that we've had for a couple B players. Actually, a B and a C player there since the tournament became handicapped a little over maybe like 2 months ago or so. So congratulations to Jody Cahall and Eric Thomas. Fifth, sixth, Jimmy Maddox and George Brewington. Seems like George Brewington lives in that fifth, sixth spot. He's there almost every week. Been playing real consistently. So, Chop Tank Bowling and Billiards Saturday handicapped 9-ball tournament. They have that every week. 33 players this week. Jason Sard, your champion. Justin Turner in second. Chris Jenkins in third. Brandon Foster, fourth place. And fifth, sixth, Hank Locke and Kenny Abbott. So, as you can see, that one loaded with some of the lower handicap players at the top there. And that tournament's designed that way. That one is heavily handicapped, real tough for the good players, but they consistently get there, though. So very impressive stuff for some of the players over there that have done well, that are spotting players a lot of weight. B&L Billiards tournaments had a huge event this weekend. Fargo rated 8-ball event, capped at 64 players. They ended up with 55. First place champion Jimmy Various lost the first match of the finals to Dylan Spoor, but able to come back and win the second set. Jimmy, the only player there going to 8. The 700 Fargo threshold was the mark where above that you had to go to 8 games. Jimmy, the only one. Dylan just below that at 696 or 694, one of the two, going to 7 games. Most of the real strong players going to 7 games. Nice tournament. So congratulations to Jimmy in first, Dylan Spoor in second. Continues the real hot streak he's been on, playing really well. Paul O, third place. Curtis Branker, fourth. Fifth, sixth, Alex Barrios and Lewis Wehage. And seventh, eighth, Tony Long, Norm Day. Real tough field there. Strong stuff. Great job by Brian. In the absence of Lai was actually over at the JNT 625 and under big table 9-ball event at 7 Billiards in, I believe it's Gaithersburg, Maryland. It's the new site for Maryland State big table events. One of those coming up. We'll talk about that later on in the show. But for this tournament, JNT 625 and under 9 ball, 40 players. Champion Pat Patro. Real nice win for Pat. Great job, bud. Second place, Greg Sund. Third place, Roger Kidwell, I believe from Virginia. Fourth place, Danny Billett. And fifth, sixth, Matt Wittenberg and June Flores. Sunday, 6 and under 8-ball tournament at Tom's Bullpen in Dover, Delaware. They only had 11 players this week, but Kyle Smith, Kevin Smith, been doing a great job with that tournament over there. Champion this week, Mike Soja, and second place, Kyle Smith. Adam says, I guess maybe Lai was the first blind bid at the tournament there. I didn't take a look at who all was in that field, but I know Lai has been playing real well and not afraid of the big tables. So she, for the record, finishes tied for 7th in that event out of 40. Not bad. Lewis says, thanks for the correct pronunciation. I actually was informed that I was supposed to say Wahaje. Yeah. So anyways, that was a whole joke this weekend. Anyways, that was about it for the tournaments. But Rick Scarlato Jr. last night, some of you saw, took on Ruslan Chinahov in a challenge match. First set, they were playing bar table 8-ball. First set, Ruslan won 11-7. I think Rick was getting 3 games on the wire for the first 3 sets there. Second set went hill. They backed and jacked, and then Ruslan ended up winning 11-5. And then they played one more set, raced to 12, Rick getting 4 on the wire, and Ruslan able to come away with the 12-8 win in that one. So fun to watch there. If you want to watch any footage from that, it's on the Brews and Q's on the Boulevard Facebook page. Pretty good stuff. Get a chance to watch. I always love when I get to see a world-class player playing bar table 8-ball. It's one of my favorite things in pool. Doesn't happen a whole lot, so I like when we get the chance to see it. It's pretty cool. And shout out to Rick Scarlato stepping up and playing a real tough player there. I mean, Rick was getting a couple games on the wire, but I mean, Ruslan is well over 100 Fargo points higher than Rick, if I'm not mistaken. I think Ruslan's up around the 770s, 780s, somewhere in there. So, Adam, we'll get to that in a second. With the high run for Shane, I've got it written down how he did yesterday. I believe he actually just ran a 170 something the day before he missed, but he's still at it right now. But we'll get to that in a second. Local upcoming schedule. JNT Top 64 men's 9-ball event at Center Pocket this Saturday, November 6th. Top 64 by Fargo rate for all the players that have played in Joe Norton tournaments, but I believe he has expanded it to be open to pretty much anybody else that wants to get into it at this point, because it was not a full 64 player bracket. So it's about 45 to 50 or so of the highest rated Fargo players that have played in JNT events this year. And then on top of that, he's opening it up to a few more spots. If you'd like to play in that, contact Joe Norton. In addition to that, JNT Top 32 women's 9-ball event, I think there's spots available for that as well. Also at Center Pocket this Saturday, November 6th. And once again, contact Joe Norton if you'd like to play in that event. Handicap 9-ball tournament, Brews and Q's on the Boulevard. I never thought I would live to see the day when Brews and Q's put on a big handicap tournament, but they're trying it out this week. 48 players capped, and a custom handicapping system, but based on Fargo rate. So the races it's a little bit complicated. I'm not going to try to explain it to you here, but you can go to Brews and Q's on the Boulevard's Facebook page, find the event, and read in the description. But it is based on Fargo rate, but they have their own custom system for how they implement that. Pool Players Care Charity Scotch Doubles event, Saturday, November 6th. That's this weekend. I will be there live streaming that event, so you can check out the footage for that on the Sweat, obviously. Shout out to Joseph Bassetti IV putting that event together, putting together a lot of charity events with the Pool Players Care Facebook group. You can check that out if you have not done so already. Running some good things. That'll be at South Jersey Billiards. There may be a couple spots available for a couple teams if anybody wants to jump in that. JNT, sorry, I keep getting distracted looking at these Adam Frank comments. It's always my downfall. Actually, it was brutal last week trying to do the show with him right in front of me because, I couldn't ignore it if I wanted to. That's a joke. I actually appreciate Adam coming on. It's always a lot more fun when I have a guest for the show. I'm sure you guys probably feel the same way. You get tired of hearing me just run my mouth. But anyways, J&T $5.99 and under 8-ball tournament at Center Pocket. That's this Sunday, November 7th. I will be there for that one as well, live streaming. Same day, J&T $4.15 under 9-ball. Both those events are at Center Pocket this Sunday, and I will be streaming. I guess I am primarily there to stream and play in the $5.99 and under 8-ball event, but apparently I'll be covering some of that $4.50 and under 9-ball as well, maybe as we get towards the end of the tournament or whatever. We'll see. B&L blind draw short rack 8-ball Scotch doubles. That's a mouthful. Basically, B&L billiards tournaments are putting on a blind draw short rack 8-ball Scotch doubles tournament this Sunday, November 7th at the Green Turtle in Bel Air, Maryland. They got about 35 or 40 players signed up for that. I think they'll take 48 to 50 or so, something like that. So go ahead and jump into that, guys. It's going to be a good one. Maryland State Amateur 10-ball championship at Chop Tank Bowling and Billiards, November 13th through 14th. Presented by On the Hill Productions. You guys know what to do if you want to play in that event. Contact Lloyd Bolliard, Rick Scarlato Jr. At On the Hill Productions Facebook page. You can find the event. Central PA Bar Box Open coming up fast, November 18th through 21st at the Genetti Hotel in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Contact Wade Kaufman if you would like any information regarding that event. And if you look up Wade Kaufman on Facebook, you can find the flyers for that event as well. There's multiple divisions involved with that, some mini tournaments and stuff. There's no way, Lewis. There's no way. I checked before I came on. Double the Fun 9-ball B&L Billiards Tournaments Center Pocket, Sunday, November 21st. I'll be there playing and streaming for that one as well. It's full as of right of now. I cannot speak with a waiting list, but you know how that goes. So jump on that waiting list if you guys would like to play in that event. You never know. People tend to back out of such things last second. So Black Friday 10-ball tournament, November 26th at Brews and Q's on the Boulevard, presented by On the Hill Productions. As far as I know, that's the only one-day event for On the Hill Productions every year. Good event. I'll be playing in that one. Make sure you guys contact Dave Nangle or go to On the Hill Productions. Contact Lloyd Bolliard. Contact Rick Scarlato Jr. Prepay for that event. I've already prepaid for my spot. It will fill up. It fills up every year. Maryland State Bar Table 10-ball championships, November 27th through 28th at Brews and Q's on the Boulevard. Once again, On the Hill Productions for that one. That's the next 2 days, Saturday and Sunday after the Black Friday tournament. Once again, On the Hill Productions. I've already said it a couple times. You guys know what to do. Lloyd Bolliard, Rick Scarlato Jr., On the Hill Productions on Facebook. Prepay your entries. That's it for the local upcoming schedule. We're going to get into the look around the pool world and specifically for a little while, the International Open, which is not spelled correctly on your screen. So I have to fix that so I don't get yelled at by somebody else. That's better. The International Open, multiple divisions. The pay-per-view was provided by AccuStats, of course. It's a Pat Fleming production. The Bigfoot Challenge, 10-ball on the 10-foot table, 16-player invitational, single elimination. Champion Joshua Filler. Second place, Mika Immonen. I have a little bit of flashback this week. Played really well. Played well in the open 9-ball as well. Third, fourth, Roberto Gomez and Aloysius Yap. Don't have to say anything about Yap. You guys know how well he's been playing. But, man, my goodness, how about Roberto Gomez, the streak he's been on, playing really well, taking it to another level right now. The open 9-ball division just concluded on Saturday while we were streaming for BNL. Albin Aushin champion, 13-6 in the final over Dennis Ricollo. Dennis, always a bridesmaid. Third, fourth, Shane Van Boning staying in form along with James Aranis. Fifth through eighth, Dennis Grabe, Omar Al-Shaheen, Ruslan Chenahov, another guy having a little bit of a flashback, playing real well. And Mika Immonen Playing real strong. So the one pocket division, Roberto Gomez, champion. And he's had several real high finishes in one pocket events leading up to this. So bit of a bracket buster there. I don't know. I haven't paid close attention to the Calcuttas for these events, but I know most of these events you got Dennis and Alex and Tony Cho and are, typically your first three blind bids. And then you got a bunch of other guys in there, Chip Compton, Shane Van Boning, going real high. But Roberto Gomez coming on strong with the one pocket game. Second place, Tony Choan. Third, fourth, Omar Al-Shaheen and Darren Appleton. So one of the interesting things is when you shorten the races in a one-pocket tournament to race to 3, you do get a little bit of a scrambled leaderboard compared to if you make it race to 4, race to 5, a little bit longer. A lot of times it ends up being kind of chalk at the end, Dennis and Alex and Tony and Chip and Scott Frost, what have you. But, Roberto and Tony, no real surprises there, but maybe Omar Al-Shaheen, Darren Appleton, you're not used to seeing them top 4 for a one-pocket tournament. Anyways, moving on to the junior divisions. Junior boys, Landon Hollingsworth, champion over Joey Tate. Second place. Third place, Trenton White. Fourth place, Payne McBride. And fifth, sixth, Lazaro Martinez and Nathan Childers. Now, guys, how strong are these young men playing when a 700 Fargo player coming in real hot like Nathan Childers? You saw how well he did in the 9-ball division at the International Open. Finishes 5th, 6th in the junior field. I mean, these kids are playing out of their minds. It's crazy the level that they're playing at. Juniors girls, champion Tatum Cutting, second Kennedy Mayman, third place Sophia Mast, and fourth placed Skylar Hess. Congratulations to all of those ladies and young men. Moving on right to the what to watch. Oh, gosh. We got Adam in the comments talking about 654 Fargo rated 5s. Anybody got time for that? All right, guys. So I haven't said so yet. It seems like there's a decent amount of you guys jumping in the comments today. We will do a quick question and answer at the end of the show. If you have a question for me, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Anything pool related, then I'll get to it at the end of the show. So I suppose I'm going to have to talk about 5 APA 5s that are 654 Fargos. This is going to be a blast. All right, what to watch? Moving right along, guys. Flying through all this today. It's going to be a real quick show. We've only been live for about 20 minutes so far. I don't think it'll be too much longer. Want to get you out of here. I want to get back to watching Shane Van Boning try to break this record. Hang out with my wife for a little bit. What to watch? Well, speaking of that, Legends of Pocket Billiards on Facebook, guys. 14.1 high run challenge. Shane Van Boning, first guy up in the box. He's there today. He was there yesterday. He's going to be there through the 6th. I think that's Friday. No, that might be Saturday. Kicked off yesterday. He had high runs of 98, 142, and 257. His first goal is to break his own high run, which is just over 300. I think it's like 305, 308, something like that. But he said if he breaks that, his next goal is to go for 800. So it'd be fun to watch if he gets anywhere near any of those numbers. Of course, the world record 626 by John Schmidt. Most of you guys know that. And Ruslan Chinakov will be up next in that 14.1 high run challenge. So I don't know if that'll start next week or whatever, but I'll make sure you guys know as soon as I know anything. November 3rd through 7th, the Action Palace Pool Tournament by Alex Ollinger. That's out in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. I think. I could be wrong on that. But one pocket, bar table, 8-ball, and 3-cushion ring game, the 3 different divisions for that. Live stream pay-per-view on Pool Action TV. That'd be a good one. I love professional bar table 8-ball. I say it all the time, but that's about my favorite. When it comes to pool, it's my favorite thing to watch. Professionals playing bar table 8-ball. Jason Shaw versus Dennis Urcolio coming up fast. 10-ball race to 120, November 19th through 21st on Omega TV pay-per-view. And then, of course, the Moscone Cup presented by Matchroom, December 7th through 10th, live from Alexandria Palace in London. You can watch it on the DAZN app in the United States. Anywhere else, if you have access to Sky Sports, or if you have a television package here where you have access to Sky Sports, that's where you can watch it. Going to be a good one. The USA has not made an announcement yet since last week's news about Earl Strickland being the third player on the team. Team Europe is set. You've got Albin Alshin, David Al-Qaid, Jason Shaw, Clint Kachi, and Josh Filler. That's your 5 for Europe. Team USA, of course, Shane Van Boening, Sky Woodward, and Earl the Pearl Strickland. With I did see today they are planning to make that announcement very soon. I don't know, maybe tomorrow or the next day. For the next 2 players to be on Team USA. And that, of course, December 7th through 10th, guys. Check it out. All right, real quick, any questions that we've got here? Let's see. What's Brandon spotting me? Brandon Foster, Adam? Is that what you're talking about? Adam Frank, how are you liking the new V10? Product review, the Town, the green colored V10 chalk. I love it. It's tough for me to make a perfect comparison with the other Town products per se, because I've switched directly from Kamui. I have to say I like it a lot more than the Kamui. It seems to last very long. It looks about the same as when I started using it several weeks ago. And it doesn't get on anything. It doesn't get on the balls. It doesn't get on your hand. It doesn't get on your shaft. It sticks to the tip of the cue, and that's about it. And I like it. No complaints at all. And I have like chalking the stick is part of my pre-shot routine. I basically chalk the stick every single shot, and I've been using it. It's got to be maybe almost a month now I've been using it, and it looks about exactly how it did the day I opened it up. So seems to have some real longevity to it, and it's a little bit cheaper than the Kamui chalk as well. I think maybe only like $20 a cube or something like that, depending on where you're getting it from. And it's not a cube, by the way. It is a round chalk, similar design to the Predator chalk or whatever. But yeah, Adam, loving it so far. As far as the spot from Brandon Foster, I'm not going to tell you what the spot is, but I think Brandon plays pretty close to even with me. That's what I would say. I think me and him play just about even, I'd say. So whatever you think the game is for you and I should be about what the game is for you and Brandon. All right, guys, I'm not seeing anybody else really jump in with any questions right now. If you got them, do it fast, because I'm going to sign off real quick. We've been live for 25 minutes today. I wanted to make it a quick show, so 5 going to 7. Got it. Yeah, in your dreams. I guess that's it for today, guys. Real quick show. Sorry for that. Just one of those days where I needed to kind of punch through it real quick. But thanks for being with me, guys. And anyways, tune into the Sweat this weekend. Friday night, Delmarva Billiards and Sports Bar weekly 9-ball tournament. I'll be there. I'll be playing and streaming. And then Saturday, I will be up in New Jersey for that Scotch Doubles charity event where I will be just streaming and doing commentary. I'm not there to play, so should be a good show. I actually haven't looked at the list. Don't really know exactly who I'm going to be showcasing there that day, but should be fun. And then Sunday, once again, back in action with the JNT 599 and below 8-ball tournament and the 450 and below 9-ball tournament. So a busy week coming up, guys. Signing off for now, but we'll be with you soon. Big thanks once again to Murray's Plumbing and Heating for sponsoring the show. Can't do it without you. Check out the merch store, guys. Have a good night.